go. The opening bounce here at Subiaco. Fine sunny day, expecting a top of 23 just about there as Madden, Props and Turnbull comes over the top. It's pushed wide, out in front of Chris Mainwaring. Been in pretty good form, Mainwaring, as he wobbles it towards half forward, but Ratton is there to get the hand pass away. It finishes with ALVIN towards McKay. It's been a whistle, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of Carlton and to be taken by Tommy ALVIN.
Incidentally, David Hynes is lining up at full forward for the West Coast Eagles.
ALVIN's kick wide towards Hannah. McKenna pushes towards the boundary line. Mainwaring keeps it in play, and he's still going down towards left half forward. This time runs out of room.
Interchange for Carlton, Powell, Koutafidis and Oliver. And for the Eagles, Bond, Ball and Lamb.
Madden and Turnbull. The throw in is just forward of centre towards ALVIN. Overruns it and gets his body over the top. No one able to get it out. And another bounce. In front of the area where the new stand is going to be constructed.
McIntosh also lining up on the forward line, Sandy. And being picked up by Christou.
Madden again wins it, and this time it's Heady who sees it over the line. So no score in the opening minute.
KERNAHAN at centre half forward on Djakovic. Brennan at full back for the West Coast Eagles on Cook.
Boundary throw in. Turnbull in front. Madden gets it down, comes back to him. Ratton floats one very high. It goes out of bounds on the full.
And once again, Dennis has the job on Brett Heady.
Peter Wilson with the ball. 60 metres from goal. Centering kick. They'll contest about 30 metres out. Silvani in front. Hynes from behind. Not clear. Brown taps it in front. Against the flow, Lewis. Off the ground, Wilson. And it bounds on the full. Peter Wilson. Fine season last season. Pretty good again so far in 94. Tommy ALVIN in the back pocket. Just a glorious day. Kicks it around the outer side. Madden props in front. Almost interfered with. Coming through McKenna. Hurried kick by Banfield. McKenna gets it away. This is Mainwaring close to the boundary line. Towards the kickoff line. McIntosh goes back. Silvani did best. Off balance. Falling away. Got a fist to it.
Looking at that windsock, Dennis, it's obviously favouring the end to which the West Coast Eagles are kicking in this first term.
An east to southeasterly breeze. It may change as the afternoon.
Free kick to Mitchell.
Folds.
Interference there, Sandy.
Harry Mitchell will take it at half-back.
In the huddle.
Nice to see him really hit his straps again. He kicks in towards the centre. Brown is there. McIntosh does well. KERNAHAN too is looking for some solid form. Turnbull comes in over the top of him. Steals the football. But a bounce will be the end result. Bradley and Kemp being spoken to. Banfield there as well.
I think the trouble there, Sandy, is that Banfield's trying to pick up Bradley, and Kemp's got him also.
Turnbull. A hurried kick down towards the forward line. The diving mark is good, and Hynes will have a shot. 25 metres out, but on a fairly tight angle.
It's good to see this bloke get a go at it, David Hynes.
Yeah, big day for him.
Big day for him, a big job to fill at full forward with Peter Sumich averaging almost 4 goals a match.
The Eagles very conscious of a good start at home. Ooh, away to the right. 2 behind, so the Eagles. The Blues yet to go deep into their attacking zone.
Christou. And now Silvani chips in short. This is Ratton. Just up from the back pocket. Squares it. Mitchell. It is in the clear. Harry Mitchell around the outer side towards the wing. Hannah strongly dropped the mark. McKenna in close attendance, close to the boundary line. Hannah did best. Mitchell's run on. Back to Hannah. Forward at the wing now. Kicks inside the 50. KERNAHAN in front of Djakovic. Sprawling attempt at the mark. It's a beauty. What a terrific grab there. Steve KERNAHAN taking a tumble, but hanging on so hard in this situation.
Yes, they'll be looking for a very big game today from Steve KERNAHAN. Playing at centre half forward. He's only kicked 5 goals for the season so far.
Kicks from just inside the 50. Prods at Goldwood. Across the face. Strong mark by Turnbull. emerging player, Ryan Turnbull, deep in his own defensive area. Where will he go? Banfield is free. Turnbull rather indecisive. Goes for distance. Wilson props, got a hand to it. Down goes Lynn. He'll get a free kick.
Some 70 metres out from the Carlton scoring zone. Tony Lynn, centering kick in towards half forward. Kernahan caught at the back. Bond, hurried left foot snap. It's high, wobbling in towards Cook. Bounces away from him, heading towards goal. Cook may run out of room close to the boundary line. He does. So a throw in Carlton's right forward pocket. As I mentioned, an east to southeasterly breeze. It may change a little bit later on, and an infringement sees a free kick going against Johnny Worsfold.
Holding decision there, Sandy.
Heaver is going to have a shot 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Brent Heaver. Chance to put Carlton in front with their first goal for the day.
Heaver kicked 48 goals in 1993 for the Blues to be second on the goal-kicking table behind Steve Kernahan.
Brent Heaver comes in with a drop punt. Way to the right.
Well, that was a bad miss really for Carlton, one that you would have expected Heaver to kick from that position.
Pike's in the back pocket. Goes on with the business. McKenna back again to Pike. He's been in very good form. Across to Peter Matera coming back into the side after missing a week. Overruns the football. Mitchell is taken out of it. McKenna paddling it forward, but straight to Kernahan. High, back towards the half-forward line, but only as far as Waterman.
He's at right half back. Kicks to the wing. McIntosh under the ball. Wilson waits behind. Kicks inside the 50. Up comes Lewis. Valiant attempt to take the mark. Picked up by Hynes. Smothered brilliantly by Silvani, who emerges backwards. Ball under his legs initially. McKay. Now Lewis at centre half forward. How did he get out of there? Chris Lewis. Short pass. Heady in the pocket. Collision course. Oh. Golden opportunity missed there. Heady applies a tackle on HOGG. Sexton pushes towards the boundary line and gets it out of bounds.
And Ratton in a lot of trouble there too behind play.
Well, a lack of talking from a couple of Eagles.
From the throw-in, Eagles again a chance. Have it in their attacking zone. Christou couldn't take it cleanly. Madden, the Jokers. Sexton and now ALVIN. Kemp, hurried left foot snap, but that is away to the right. And Carlton making an early change. Tim Powell is about to come on, and this is bad luck for young Ratton.
Yes, well, he played a great game last year in Brett Heady, Ratton.
Had him again today.
This will have to be a restructuring of the Carlton. Well, that could be a knee even. It may be a knee, looking at that replay.
Well, play goes on. Mainwaring stands his ground on the outer side. Hannah, looks as though it could well be a knee for young Ratton. Bad news. Throw in on the outer side.
Well, at least he is walking off the ground there, Brett Ratton, but plenty of players have walked off the ground and needed a reconstruction. Let's hope it's not that serious.
Keep an eye on him. Lynn taken out of it. Brown accepts the hand pass, but he skews it off the side of the boot. It's gone into the foundations of the new stand. Mainwaring gets straight on with the job, and look at that kick! Oh! There's the first.
So the Eagles by 8 points. There's the time remaining. First quarter is proving the Eagles' best this year. They averaged 30 points. That ranks second in the league behind Melbourne and North Melbourne. Each scored 32 on average. This is Kemp, wide of the circle, gets it to Pike. Pike kicks inside the 50. Here comes Hynes again. And he rakes it in. That was a good mark. That had the potential to ricochet off the arms and go out of bounds. His judgment was spot on. So Hynes virtually in the front row.
Tony Lynn now picking up Brett Heady.
Starts it right, it stays right. Touch and go for a behind. What did you think?
A fairly generous goal umpire, Bernie.
Might have just snuck in, Sandy.
A little tolerance in there. So Christo to bring it in. Bratton's okay off the ground. He appeared to, as he got near the dugout, to be moving a little better. Then he made the point. First indications, not always the best to go by. Ball on the outer side, off hands, falls to Lewis. Lewis at left half forward. Loose men further afield. Mainwaring is one. Just outside the 50, and the crowd immediately urging him to take a shot.
Well, why wouldn't you after that last shot?
Well, here he goes.
Didn't get onto it.
No, very high. They'll contest about 5 metres out. Spinks, the big leap from behind. Christo intent to concede a behind.
Let's go down to the boundary line. John, what news have you on that knee of Ratton?
Sandy, the doctor, I heard him say to the guy on the phone that it's a strained medial ligament in the left knee. Doesn't think he'll go back on the ground.
Not good initially. Hogg's kick. Oh, stolen by Matera. He's on 50. Little chip. He wants Banfield. Now he's going to be surrounded by Blues, but he does the clever thing, tapping it towards goal. Will it sit behind? No, it won't. Heady goes in to help him, and he'll need all the help he can get. Free kick has been picked out of it. Was it fair enough, Bernie?
I think he was a little bit kind. Just on my first thoughts there, Sandy.
Let's have a look.
A little bit of a soft free kick. Maybe a little bit of contact there, but nothing much.
So Heady will take it 20 metres out. And really an angle that shouldn't cause him a great deal of concern.
Given there by the very experienced field umpire in Dennis Rich, who will turn 40 in October.
You're a harsh man. He's kicked 14 goals for the season. 14-9. Now he's kicked 15-9.
And so it's the Eagles by 16 points. Just under 12 minutes till quarter time. Madden and Turnbull fell at their feet. I think Madden will get a free kick. Yes, advantage is paid. Williams kicks inside the 50. Good mark held by Jakovic.
Shocking decision, that. Free kick at the ruck. Put the knee into Turnbull.
He didn't like the mark. Comes out to Pike.
That was okay.
Pike's got the ball at right half back. I thought the West Coast Eagle made a beeline for Madden. Wasn't looking at the ball. Still, ball on the wing, taken by McIntosh. We thought better about having a kick. He realised he'd been spun around, was facing the boundary line. A kick may have put the ball out of bounds on the full.
Foul off for Carlton. Kutafuiti's on.
What is happening? Thrown in. Turnbull wins it down. Kutafuiti's immediately into the action. Lays it off to Sexton. Up from half-back. Kicks towards the middle. Look out. Heaver turned around over the top. Mainwaring. Behind it's Hannah. That's a good kick into the forward line. High. A couple of high flyers down there too. Cook and Kernahan together. Carlton don't need that. Holding the man will go to the West Coast Eagles. Advantage is paid. Hart was going to get the free. Jakovic runs away. Gives it to McKenna. McKenna goes towards the outer side. Taken by Mainwaring. No, it wasn't. It bounced off his chest. Banfield is calling for the ball down the ground. Waterman's on in the middle. Waterman's got it. Kicks towards half forward. Spins low down. That's a good grab.
He leads well this boy, Dennis.
Good mark. Spinks centers the ball. Hynes under it. Behind it's Hogg. Heads for the boundary line. Gets it out of bounds. And a throw in. Just over 10 minutes remaining. And the Eagles 2-5. Carlton 1 behind.
Matthew Hogg playing on Peter Matera on the wing.
Through the arms of Heady. Matera! 25 metres out and closing. And he threads it. Behind. Gee, when he sets sail for goal. It's not Abbott, but it's shades of Abbott.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He
Peter
really
Matera.
does lift the roof here at Subiaco.
A tremendously exciting player.
McKay on the outer side. Well, he too. Not quite out of bounds on the full, but out now. And it's drifted it down to centre. Madden and Turnbull again. Madden is going to have the height advantage over all players today. Chris Mainwaring towards McIntosh. Takes a diving mark.
Well, there's been a reshuffle again in defence for Carlton with Christo now picking up Heady. Kutafuiti's playing on McIntosh.
Short to Pike. Not short enough. But he recovers well. Gets around Heaver. Shoots towards goal. And another opportunity goes begging.
I mean, wasting a lot of opportunities at the moment, the West Coast Eagles. Don Pike.
2-7.
Too short, Sandy.
Too short or too long, whichever.
Kick back into play, and the diving mark is good, taken by Sexton. From half-back. Way down there is KERNAHAN. Djakovic over the top. Free kick illegally so. And he gives it to Tommy ALVIN, who's away on centre wing.
Puts it down towards half forward. Back goes Hart, missed it. Bond an opportunity. Bond towards Brown. Trapped it well. Mitchell to Williams. Williams inside the 50. Open goal, square kicks. It bounces through. Back at Carlton. 3 possessions for Greg Williams. Carlton's first goal coming with the third of them. Turnbull slaps it down towards half forward. Spinks in front. Sexton gets back. Sold Bradley into a fair degree of trouble across half-back, but with brilliance he breaks away. Kick half-blanketed. It ricochets up towards Mitchell, who's been very busy so far. Has his problems here, but kicks it down towards centre-half forward. Well played. Waterman goes up opposed to Lynn. Comes behind a Pike. He swings it out wide. MAINWARING. Worsfold is on. He's used as a decoy initially. The hand pass untidy, but Worsfold has plenty of time around the outer side. He's got the ball running down towards left half forward.
Kicks with the left foot. Centering kick. Hynes was the flyer. At the back, McIntosh. This time he doesn't open down. Ashley McIntosh gets his first. The Eagles reply to the Williams goal very briskly. 3-7 to 1-1.
Yes, just having the replay. Worsfold plenty of time to kick this ball long into the forward line. Hynes, a big flyer, couldn't take the mark. They've got plenty of pace on that forward line, the West Coast Eagles. McIntosh, goal-kicking potential. Hynes, Heady, Spinks. Also Dean Kemp having a rest down there.
Points the margin. Turnbull sets himself again in the middle, up against Madden. Who can win it out of the centre? It passes Banfield. Williams tries to get a short kick. It's not successful initially. Wilson is in there, and free kick is going to go to that play. Wilson to the half-forward line, drifting down was McKenna, and he takes a mark. He might have a shot from 55. Now he brings it out towards David Hynes, who's beaten on this occasion.
The only problem with Hynes at the moment, leading wide into the pockets.
Silvani can go short to Mitchell. Positive start by Barry Mitchell today. Floating punt kick, looking for the height of Madden. The back was Williams, beaten the pace by Pike. But he butters up to try and lock the ball in. KERNAHAN gives it out. Wanted Sexton, couldn't find him. Mitchell in there to help. Advantage is going to be paid to Carlton here. Madden off to Williams. Diesel sets sail to half forward with HEAVER, and he goes deeper into attack, bouncing it towards goal. Cook has ripped off the football. The umpire says no free kick, we can play on. Hart close to the boundary line, and he takes it over.
Well, it looked a kick, didn't it?
Yep.
Think you held on too long, Dennis?
Thought so. Still
Touch and go, wasn't it?
We're a long way away. Nice out. Throw it in. McKenna from behind slaps it forward, taken by Brown. Snaps, kicks it behind. So the Eagles dominating early play. 10 scoring shots to 3. Anguish on the face of Bratton as McKenna kicks in. MAINWARING, who's been industrious so far, takes this mark. Still in the back pocket, kicks it around the outer side. 3-on-1 out there. Djakovic takes the mark. Goes on the ground. Need not apply, but they run on. This is Waterman. Kicks it down towards half forward. Ill-directed kick, or was it? Spinks. Almost the chest mark. It ricochets out of bounds and will be thrown in. Brett Spinks playing only his 7th game. What a start to a career. Been quite outstanding so far this year. Tossed in front Turnbull. Mitchell, like his start, spills to Wilson, however. Centering kick, they'll contest about 30 metres out. Well played, Koutafidis. Gets it away to Silvani. He's got problems back. It comes to HOGG. McIntosh off the ground. Opportunity now for the West Coast. McIntosh 50 metres out. Floats one down towards the pocket. Carlton have got the numbers. Awkward one there for Sexton. He had to wait. And Kemp played it pretty well. Got across and fisted the ball out of bounds.
Good work by the Eagles forwards here to keep the ball in, though. McINTOSH, one of them. Matera was working hard. Also Peter Wilson.
Throw in the right forward pocket for the Eagles. Madden and Turnbull. Madden from behind. Wilson storming through, but can't take the football with him. Hogg on all fours. Lightning hand pass wanting Mitchell. Banfield intercepts. Christo is there also. Banfield at the bottom, and finally the ball wobbles over the line in front of Peter Matera. The Eagles could have built up a commanding lead had it not been for their inaccuracy in front of goal. They are heavily favoured to win this game, deep in the red. But as we saw at the SCG today, absolutely anything can happen. Kutafides kick towards centre wing. Kemp runs out of room. So Madden and Turnbull go at it again. Matera waiting down in front, and so too Williams. Pike, cleverly done, off to Dean Kemp. Towards half-forward, he wants Spinks. Sexton comes over the top, fisting towards ALVIN and Lynn. It's the latter who takes it and bounces his way across centre. Carlton now, deep into attack, down towards Cook territory. Taken out of it, however, by Brennan. He's quick to recover. Waterman's got a hit there on the outer side. One bounce. Now, you could probably have 4 bounces and shoot for goal. Here's another one. He's inside 50. He shoots towards goal. It's going to be close. Silvani on the last line and one behind.
Well, another wasted opportunity by the Eagles. Waterman playing halfback flank. His opponent at the moment, Tony Lynn, was about 150 metres away.
Well, as they say,
they took the chance there, Dennis, and went for the rebound.
As they say in horse racing parlance, he didn't quite get the trip. Here's Heady. He was getting fatigued, I think, near the end. Chris Waterman. Heady's got the ball towards Lewis, just inside the 50. Pike from 48 metres out, puts it towards goal. Back goes Banfield, doubles it across the line. What?
Paid. He's paid the mark.
Oh, no, please.
No, he has.
Oh,
You're right, Sandy.
I've seen everything.
Well, quite remarkable.
Almost.
Banfield pops it across to the opposite pocket, and Pike. Unforgivable. Christo about 15 metres away, although Pike, of course, was the responsibility of Williams, who was now double teaming Lewis. He was looking for an opponent very quickly when he saw that Pike was going to mark that ball. Lewis posing no real danger at the moment as Pike kicks a goal.
The Eagles stretch their lead. 32 plays 8. Mainwaring from the centre. Can't take it cleanly at the first attempt, but he's got time to recover. Kicks towards Matera territory. Away goes the racehorse. With him is Hogg. He's pretty quick too, and sees it over the line.
And Hogg may have done a hamstring. He's in strife. Ends up limping Matthew Hogg. Played in the State of Origin game on Tuesday night against South Australia.
Turnbull wins it. McKay and Wilson. Still with Wilson. And he's still in there trying to get it out. Eventually does so to Heady. Is that who he was looking for? It doesn't matter, towards McIntosh. Well, the Eagles putting the foot on the accelerator now in the closing stages of this first quarter.
For people having a look at Matty Hogg, I don't think it does you much good if you've got leg problems trying to keep up with Peter Matera.
McIntosh, who was such a success down in the forward line against North Melbourne. Kicked 3 goals in the first half. That's coming back, but not quite enough. .49 plays 1-2.
10 more scoring shots. Quite remarkable. This is Heaver out of the back pocket. Shuffles around the outer side. Kicks towards the wing. Bond's in front. Almost the clever mark. Still he goes Bond on the outer side. Kept it alive well. Hannah got through nicely. Drops the hand pass. Away to ALVIN. ALVIN looks for support. Then kicks the ball inside the 50. Brown's in front. Knocked away by McKinnon. Knocked on by Jakovic. Kind bounce for Worsfold. Flicks it way back too hard as far as McKenna was concerned. He was cruising past, but that ball whistled by him. Out of bounds.
I don't think he was too worried whether it went out of bounds or not, Dennis, because there's a couple of Carlton players ready to pounce on McKenna anyway.
So boundary throw in. About 60 metres from Carlton's attacking goal. Kernahan in front, put it on the ground. Pretty scrambly stuff. Wilson eventually hacks it down towards the wing. McKay did brilliantly. Player of great quality. Gets it to Mitchell towards Cook. Couldn't hang on. Away comes Hunt. Twisting and turning in the back pocket. Measures the hand pass. Brennan kicks, hugging the boundary around the outer side. Sexton has to content to run it across.
Another excellent crowd in attendance. Just over 2 minutes of this first quarter remaining. Carlton have seen the Eagles dominate it, but not as much as they could on the scoring board. Turnbull feeling the early heat. Prepares to do battle again with Madden. Banfield down the bottom with Barry Mitchell. And again, no one able to get it out cleanly, so another bounce. Madden this time plucks it out of the air. It's a short kick, but straight to Wilson. Bumps it back over the middle towards Heady and Christou. Christou the height advantage. Heady great skills. Brent Heady off to Chris Lewis. Past half forward. Penetrating kick towards Spinks. Eyes open for the ball. And this young man, Dennis said, has made a wonderful start to his senior AFL career.
Yes, he's been very good, Sandy, this young man. Brett Spinks, very strong on his leads, can take a good mark and can kick an excellent goal. We saw him kick a beautiful left foot goal last week against North Melbourne. Playing in the tough centre-half forward position, 195 centimetres, only 20 years of age. And he's kicked 7 goals in 6 games. He's drafted fairly well down the list too, Dennis, number 79. So he was let slip by a lot of, I suppose, what they think are good judges.
Yes, a real blue chip.
So Spinks looking for the Eagles' 5th. And he has made it a very profitable quarter for the home.
Carlton trailed in by 31 points. Less than a minute till quarter time. Goes Madden to knock it down. Again, hard work in the middle. Williams got it to Lynn. Across it comes to Hogg. Pushed off the kick by Banfield. Picked up now by Waterman. Waterman kicks it high down towards half forward. 32 seconds remaining in the term. Sexton over the top. A very good grab.
McINTOSH now at full forward. Hynes at centre-half forward.
Spears the pass in short. Shining light as far as Carlton concerned in this opening term. The form of Barry Mitchell, he's been terrific. Got it to Hogg, to Sexton. The clock is down to 15 seconds now. They'll need a mark. Oh, it's a defender's mark. Up comes Brennan. He's got this ball just inside his defensive 50. Michael Brennan, resolute defender. High kick towards the outer side. Over the top, Wilson missed it. Mitchell read it well. Well played. Got it to Hannah. So quarter time at Subi. A fine opening term by the West Coast Eagles. I mentioned earlier, fast starts have been the order of the day for them so far this season. They've made another one. They lead 5-9 to 1-2.
So here we go into the second quarter at Subi. And again, it'll be Turnbull and Madden to set the wheels in motion. Turnbull wins it. Wilson off to Banfield. Drew Banfield long and low up to the half-forward line. Lewis at the back. Scoops it wide towards Spinks. The big man's got to get down to Lewis again. He's outside 50. Has a look at his options up in that forward zone. Matera waits at the back. But beaten this time. And Matty Hogg will take it on the last line of defence. For those of you who may have been out, just joined us, a thriller at the SCG this afternoon as Koutafidis comes away from the back pocket, but only as far as Lewis. With St Kilda down 38 points at three-quarter time. Stunned everyone by getting up to win by a point.
Terrible kick out of defence there by Koutafidis. Too high a risk factor there with that kick.
Margin at the moment is 31 points. Lewis just goes short to Heady in the pocket. He won't like the angle, but the distance shouldn't be a major concern. The Breeze will probably, if anything, push the ball out a bit. So he passes again. Well,
they're the holes that must be plucked by the midfielders. They must get down there and help out the defenders in those sort of situations.
David Hynes had a couple of shots at the other end, was unsuccessful, but he makes no mistake with his first of this end.
He kicked 14 goals.
Looking tough for the Blues at the present time. The Eagles playing pretty well and doing much as they like across their half-forward line. Hannah has this ball, flicks it across towards Powell, who tried to go back over his head to Hannah. Mainwaring and Wilson combine. Mainwaring's got it now, about 80 metres from goal. Kicks towards the pocket. Silvani goes back, couldn't hang on. Heady did well in a tight situation across the goal face. Now an opportunity for Matera. This will test the leg of Hogg out there. He kicks from about 45 metres, floats it right back towards the square. Great courage by Silvani coming back with the front of the ball. It bounced off his chest and hit the behind post, so a throw in. Left full forward. Madden working to get down there in time. Up in front of Turnbull, was pushed in the back. Madden will get the free kick. Both the ruckman with a sense of urgency, scampering down there. That's not the right word. Shuffling down there as the kick goes towards the outer side. Terrific grab by McIntosh. Just inside the 50. Ashley McIntosh. He's got one this afternoon. He put a 25 last season, second best for the Eagles behind Sumich, despite the fact he played so much in defence. Just a terrific all-round player. Here's McIntosh then. Goes for distance. It's a very high kick. They'll contest about 5 metres out. Juggle mark is held by Sexton. Timely one. Carlton under pressure. McKay's got it now, still in the back pocket.
Comes wide towards the wing. Hannah the flyer at the back. And it's taken over the line for a throw-in.
Hannah now playing on the wing on Chris Mainwaring. Fraser Brown did start there, but Mainwaring 8 kicks in that first quarter.
From the throw-in, Wilson tries to push it forward, intercepted by Sexton, who runs into Turnbull. Out comes Mitchell. He had 8 possessions in the first quarter as well. Wilson's kick is not a happy one. Very wide.
Went for the banana kick around the corner instead of using his left foot there, Peter Wilson.
McKay. Towards centre wing, towards Kernahan. And now Hannah, who tries to sock her off the ground, but a fresh air shot. Still virtually on the wing. Carlton looking down the barrel early in the second quarter after the Eagles got the first for the term. Mainwaring was held. He didn't have the ball.
Played it cleverly there. Chris Mainwaring didn't take possession.
Up over centre wing towards McIntosh and Wilson. The latter now close to the boundary line. Keeps it in play. Kicks it high towards Heady and Christou. Waiting down to Sexton and Spinks. Together they see it over the line. Again, Turnbull and Madden. Justin Madden playing in game number 268. There's McIntosh. Asks the big men to do it all over again. And they do. Down to Spinks, off to Mainwaring. Now here's a chance for the Eagles to go forward. Up into the pocket, over the head of Hynes. Lewis came out to meet it. Silvani does well. Almost ran into Christou, but he's going to get away to Sexton. Thought about short to Koutafidis, but elected to go longer. May have been the wrong option. Dean Kemp has it.
Kicking very poorly out of defence in this term, Carlton.
Kemp to half forward. Hynes out on the lead. Couldn't take the mark. Christou takes it from Sexton and will bounce his way out of defence. He's had a couple, can have another couple if he wants. He'll go over the top of Matera. Off to Hogg. Matty Hogg now sending Carlton into attack. They desperately want to score. His kick is long. The mark almost taken with one hand by Glenn Jakovic. But it's bottled up across that half-forward line for Carlton. We'll have a bounce with the Eagles leading 6-9. Carlton are 1-2.
Interesting there, Benny, just bringing the ball down that far side. Bradley was free, and I think they've got to involve Craig Bradley, try and get him the ball. Just the one possession so far as Kernahan hooks it down towards the pocket. It bounces out of bounds. If you've got a star player not getting a touch, he was on there and they ignored him. Not good policy, I'd suggest. That nod comes up well, I'm telling. Thank you.
I agree.
The visual media.
Over the top, Kernahan. Jakovic hooks it down. Down goes Mitchell. Didn't have the ball. He'll get the free kick.
Carlton's leading possession winner in that first term, Barry Mitchell. 6 kicks and 2 hand passes. Here's a replay of this free kick. Mitchell grabbed by the Guernsey there by Waterman and made it look a little bit worse than what it actually was.
It's been very good so far, Barry Mitchell. It's from 35. It's close. It's good. Carlton get their second. They're 2-2, and the West Coast Eagles are 6-9.
There's Barry Mitchell trying to resurrect his career as Carlton makes a change. Coming off his heaver. And on for his first run for Carlton this afternoon is Stephen Oliver. See that kick for goal from Mitchell. He had a very lean season last year with Collingwood.
The Eagles by 31 points. Back in the middle, Waterman dives on top of the ball. Williams slides in there. Banfield scrambles the ball forward, gained about 15 metres. Powell goes to ground, tried to slap it to the boundary. Wilson and Hannah. But standing was Mainwaring. He was off. He had the ball. As it turned out, he didn't. He left it behind. So an opportunity goes begging there, but Mainwaring has been very good so far. Boundary throw in on the wing. Carlton have won their last 3 games. Of course, they had the bye in amongst that a fortnight ago. Here's Pike breaking away forward of the wing, kicks inside the 50. Hynes comes on the lead and pitched in front of him. It runs on close to the boundary line. McIntosh kept it in initially and is bundled across the line. And the umpire says throw it in.
He's leading far too wide at the moment, David Hynes, into those pockets on most occasions.
Carlton have got some support. McIntosh feeling that shoulder. Blues' best winning sequence last season, 6. The 4th win in that string by a point against the Eagles on this ground. Wilson kept it in. Well done.
Heady at the bottom. Carlton fans calling for a free kick. So too their players, but not to one.
Waterman's gone back to pick up Oliver.
Madden with the left hand. Pushing away from goal, but only momentarily. Kemp, a left footer, high in towards full forward, and a strong mark taken by McIntosh. Great use of the body, and this young man is going to have a shot for his second. He kicked one in the first, but he's an exciting player to watch, Bernie, isn't he?
Almost the best full-back in the competition, but he can play at either end of the ground. Actually, McIntosh using the body well. Through to Feedy's kept out of the contest. The use of the body there by McIntosh and then taking the easy chest mark.
30 metres out. Not a difficult angle. Left footer. He guides it straight through the middle. 51 plays 14 here at Subi. West Coast in control at the moment. Madden and Turnbull. Banfield trying to take it out of the middle with Socrates. It's successful. Wide to Mainwaring. Sits, he's in business. Hannah right on his hammer. Played by Mainwaring. He's in good form at the moment. He's getting better as every game comes by. Wilson couldn't take it. They pounce over the top of him in the form of Tim Powell. And the umpire comes into a bounce.
Chris Mainwaring 12 kicks and 1 hand pass. And 1 goal. Will Hannah, his opponent, 2 kicks and 3 hand passes.
This has been an excellent touch. Bit of aerial ping-pong going on at the moment. Madden scouting. Can't take it. Christou there also. ALVIN taken off the football.
Oops, that's 50 metres. against Wilson there for giving it back to
His teammate.
when he should have given it back to Ange Christou.
It's going to bring Christou right down to the middle of the ground.
He kicks down towards half forward. Jankovic favoured by the kick. Cook almost a spectacular grab. It spills wide. Brown stood his ground. Collided there with Brennan. Comes out to Kemp, who's doing a fine job on Bradley. Scrambled towards the line by Worsfold in a boundary throw-in. 7-9 to 2-2. The West Coast Eagles looking very good this afternoon, in stark contrast to their last appearance at home. Trashed by the Hawks. Kernahan tackled immediately by Jankovic. Comes to Brown, 70 metres from goal. Kicks inside the 50. Cook props in front. Brennan over the top. Bond an opportunity behind. Open goal. Beckons. Goes with the outside of the boot and misses.
He really did have time to steady there, Troy Bond. Enormous pace, great talent, very talented young footballer who broke away with enormous burst of pace and really could have steadied.
He's the older Bond brother, both drafted in '92. Shane went 67 places ahead of Troy. There's Mainwaring in the back pocket. Carlton really stretched at the present time. Mainwaring out of defence, a high kick towards half-back. Jankovic worked underneath it by Kernahan, who got a fist on it. McKenna met solidly. Ball jarred loose. Strong tackle down there by Oliver. Kernahan got the hand pass to Williams, who's been pretty quiet. Kicks down towards full forward, in from the side. Waterman. Runners go to the outer side. Hart is one of them. Hart's got it now in the back pocket. Matera wants it further afield. Why not? Hart puts it high. Hogg out there. Matera favoured by the bouncing ball. Can he keep it in? Here's trouble for the Blues. Matera's away around the outer side. 80 metres from goal. McIntosh comes on the lead, but in front it's taken by Hynes. And Hynes has it about 35 metres out.
And a very tight angle again. I'd love to see him lead right up the centre of the ground, David Hynes. Matera with enormous pace bursting away there from Matthew Hogg. He could have kept going. No one coming at him.
Kicks at goal. I think he's missed it near side. It would be nice, Bernie, coming out of defence, looking up, and there's Matera and his marksman. Obviously, he'd be encouraged to kick the ball out wide and let them go.
Exactly.
Open those gates.
7-10, plays 2-3. So the Blues have the job ahead of them. Kernahan on the defensive side of centre wing. Carlton kicking with what breeze there is. Goes down towards Bond. Clean bowled. Hard at the back. Couldn't take it. Worsfold runs into trouble. Tried to twist out of it. But only got himself into deeper stride. Mitchell did beautifully to get it out to Bond. This time he has a look, but again he tries to bend it back. Centering the kick, looking for Oliver. He's beaten by Waterman. Off to Mainwaring. Chris Mainwaring's having a field day. Puts it out in front of Banfield. Gets a shocking bounce. Will have too much pace for Williams. Banfield has a look up towards the centre wing. The Eagles in control as Turnbull marks 3 metres in front of Madden. Big men will be tested today in these conditions. Turnbull's kick towards Heady on half forward. First to it was Hynes. Couldn't take it. Sexton out towards Silvani. He's crunched. Too high, said the umpire, going against Wilson. It'll be taken by Silvani. Kernahan, no doubt, will be one of his targets. Off to Mitchell. Cleverly to Bradley, who they've got to get into the game. Gray Bradley, he's been very quiet. Towards Oliver at full forward. Oh, did it beautifully to Bond. And the young man snaps at goal.
6 possessions for Troy Bond. His first goal. In fact, his second goal. Back in the middle. Rucks go to it. Madden gets it down. I've got him for 2, but we all say 1. Apart from myself. The minority as the ball was at half forward. Here's Williams inside the 50. Pulls it back. Good looking effort. That's a great kick. Well, it's 4 for Carlton. That's his second.
2 goals to Greg Williams. 1 to Bond and 1 to Mitchell. Let's have a look at this in replay. Here's Greg Williams, very damaging on that left boot. If he's inside the 50, about 45 metres out on the left boot. Wonderful delivery there by Greg Williams. Terrific on both sides of his body.
Well, as David Parker looks on, we saw that anything can happen in the game. For example, Sydney earlier this afternoon. A couple of quick ones to the Blues, and they're right back in business again. From the centre, Powell gets taken out of it. ALVIN a chance to swing the Blues into attack. Goes down towards KERNAHAN on the 50-metre line. Couldn't take it. Hard, defends well. He's been in very good touch too. Kicks towards the centre wing where MAINWARING lurks with Kemp. It is the latter who takes it. MAINWARING providing the shepherding work. Kicks towards half forward. No one able to complete the mark. Hynes has got to beat about 3 of them. Heady comes in over the top. Hynes still going, but he trips. Peter Sumich gets it out, but straight to Kemp. He's 53 metres out. A short little chip goes into the pocket. There he finds SPINKS. Wants to go on with it. Now decides to go back. SPINKS' first goal came in the first quarter. At the moment, the Eagles have doubled the Blues' score. The margin is 26 points. This is to make it 32. Stripped it right across the face of goal and just bringing up a behind. So 1 goal, 1 to Brent SPINKS. 7-11. The West Coast.
Christo brings it in. McKay runs into open space. He's at left half back. Kicks through the wing, down towards half forward. KERNAHAN's in front. Jakovic knocks away, recovered brilliantly, found it on the ground, gets the hand pass away to McKenna. McKenna boots it out towards left centre wing. What a good kick it was. Lewis getting in behind the 2 in front. MAINWARING and ALVIN. Good evasion by Lewis. Kicks it down towards half forward and Heady. SPINKS runs on. He's right on the 50. Plenty of movement on that forward line. SPINKS has now gone to the goal square.
Too slow for Heady.
Heady being straightened up by the umpire now too.
Will he make the distance here, Dennis, do you think?
Sometimes he's capable of kicking this distance, but the breeze right in his face here, so I'd say not. He thinks he can, though. I suppose he's got to now, because there were plenty of options. He kicks it down towards full forward. That's a pretty good effort. They contest right on the goal line. I'm sure it goes for a behind.
You're a very good judge.
Thank you.
And
I'm keeping the goal kicking too.
Chris MAINWARING now with his third opponent, Tom ALVIN, playing on him. Milhan has been moved into the forward line.
First two short. ALVIN's got it. He's in the right back pocket. Pulls it back towards the middle. In front is Williams. Was he tripped approaching that ball? That's a pretty soft free kick. Both players looking at the ball. Not sure who initiated the contact there, but Williams goes down towards half forward. KERNAHAN, almost a terrific mark. Here's Bradley. Play on his court. Bradley far too slow. Grabbed by Kemp and penalised for holding the ball. So the Eagles get the free across half back. Running to the outer side is Hart. He's got it now, close to the boundary line, kicks it down towards half forward. Heady goes back. MCINTOSH comes down, fisted away by Christo, pushed across the line by Sexton, and the boundary thrower.
Well, a valuable lesson there for Bradley. You just cannot relax at this level of football.
Free kicks certainly going the way of Carlton at the moment. 14-5. Matera and HOGG. Matera could have been pulled off the ball. He didn't have it, but the umpire said no, and a bounce will take place. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first half here at Subiaco. A half that has been controlled by the Eagles. Just on a couple of occasions, the Blues have threatened. 2 more goals prior to half-time would see them poised to challenge. Matera again not free kick. Was ripped off the ball. This is McKenna floating it to the 50-metre line. Floating it perfectly for Heady. He's 53 out short to Lewis. Oh, grand football.
Great lead by Lewis. Strong overhead, Heady. Chris Lewis has had a pretty good season this year in 1994. He's surpassed Lewis 3 or 4 metres in front of McKay.
Lewis looking for his first goal of the day. And the Eagles 8. 40 metres.
Time got back and had a look.
So the West Coast Eagles with a very handy lead approaching half-time. This is MAINWARING. Did nicely. Props now, settles and kicks down towards half forward. Sexton in best position goes back and marks on his chest. Runner up in the best and fairest for the Blues last year. Ahead of Williams as the ball goes towards the outer side, which raised a few eyebrows. Hogg couldn't control the ball, taken by Turnbull. He puts back inside the 50. 3 on 1 down there. Hynes has got the ball.
Here he goes.
Silvani slipped over. Hynes tips Goldwood and kicks one. He's got his second of the afternoon. The 9th is on the board for the West Coast Eagles. 9-12 plays 4-3. Well, the defence was surging up the ground there to support the man who was carrying the ball. Suddenly it was turned over and they were in desperate trouble.
It was a good thump away there by the big fellow Turnbull, who butted up, got the left foot kick into the forward line. He's very busy there, David Hynes, playing at full forward. Playing on Victoria's State of Origin full-back in Steve Silvani. 2 goals, 3 now to Hynes.
The margin has stretched to 40 points. Hannah in trouble in the middle. So too Williams. Pike gets it out. Don Pike wide towards centre wing. The race is on. Mainwaring and ALVIN. But they needn't bother to go any further. It's over the line. With under 3 minutes remaining in this first half.
And the West Coast Eagles yet to use the interchange bench.
It looks as though they've heard you, Bernie, because I think they're about to. And both Bond boys are going to be out on the ground. So a big moment coming up for Bob and Debbie Bond. Sitting watching. One Eagles sock on, one Carlton sock on. Down towards McIntosh. Into the pocket he goes. Good meet, he's caught. Brown there, ready to get the hand pass away. Christie under pressure. Spills free towards McKay. He'll lose it to Wilson. Got to give it away to Lewis. 55 metres out. A high ball in towards the forward line once again. No one.
Also quiet.
So the margin out to 45 points now. Here's Williams. Quick away to Hannah. Hannah boots it down towards half forward. In front is Heaver. Going back, Waterman. He's on the ground now, though. Heaver an opportunity inside the 50. Man on in the middle. That's Mitchell. He has to wait for it. Well played by McKenna. Sensing the danger. Got across and twisted the ball out of bounds.
And generous applause there for Guy McKenna. All-Australian twice. Magnificent defender for the Eagles.
Well, he turns 25 on Wednesday, and he shares a birthday with Ian Redpath, who was a great defender. Here's McKenna, one of my favourite batsmen, up towards the wing. Spinks gets it across to Pike, and Pike's away. A second bounce, kicks in towards half forward. Koutafidis has to go. Silvani came to his assistance and has taken the mark. Goes in short. Hannah's got it.
Turnbull off for the West Coast Eagles. And ball on.
This is Sexton. Got it from Hannah. Probing kick inside the 50. Bond waits behind, fisted away by Hart. In front, Mitchell went to ground. Went on the hurried kick across half back. Brown, who's been pretty quiet, juggles the mark. Plays around. About 60 metres from goal. Carlton desperate for a late goal. Brown sets it up. About 20 metres out. KERNAHAN flies. Off hands Oliver. Snaps. Wide of the mark. It bounces out of bounds. And a throw in. Left full forward. Oliver played well in the corresponding game on this ground last season. Kicked a few goals. Replaced KERNAHAN, the man who flew for that last mark, and contests the boundary throw in now and takes clean possession. Feeds it to Williams, who snaps from 35, but he's missed. Behind.
.72 plays 28. More alarming, 8 effective scoring shots compared to 22. Turnbull has a spell. Proppy kick out. It's going to be okay, however, for Djakovic coming from hard. He could go back to him or go even wider in the pocket. They've got loose players everywhere. Waterman. A little too far underneath was Matera. The ball just drifting over the top and then over the line. So some deep thinking for Carlton at half-time here at Subiaco. They're to get back into this game, remembering the Eagles are going to come out and kick with what breeze there is in the second half. Brennan and Hannah, neither can take it. Hannah will get a second opportunity. It's a high ball towards half forward. Banfield did well to get a fist to it. Madden sits over it like an injured praying mantis. And we'll find ourselves with a bounce.
It's not his forte, is it, the ground play for Big Justin?
One of the game's characters, Harry Madden, may have this ruck work to do before a well-earned rest at half-time. There is the half-time siren. Eagles in control, 10-12, 72, so they kicked 5 goals, 3 in that term. Carlton have moved to 4-4, 28. They booted 3 goals, 2. But the Eagles in command at half-time here at Subiaco. So into the second half here at Subiaco. What can Carlton do to get back into this game? 10-12 plays 4-4. Madden is beaten for it. Williams, however, gets it out of the centre. They need a couple of very, very quick goals if they're going to do anything. Brown towards the half-forward line. Clean bowls everyone. Jakovic to tidy up at the back. Brennan does the shepherding work and pretty hostile too on HEAVER. Jakovic back towards the centre. Wilson almost completed the mark. Gets boot to ball quickly down towards McINTOSH and Ange Christou. Christou soccers off the ground towards the boundary line. It wobbles. He leads in the race and eventually he sees it over the line under great pressure from Ashley McINTOSH. So a throw in. Madden again. Front spot. Right hand down towards Williams and Brown. They pile in over the top. And a bounce will take place. Warm day here in Perth today if you've just joined us. Top temperature expected of around 23 degrees. So a tiring day for all players, including the umpires and Dennis Rich, who's nudging 40. Mainwaring. Well, some of us have passed it. Ball spills free. Bradley has been desperately quiet. He can't get into the game. Pike wobbles one to the ever-sprinting Madden. He gets the hand pass away, but it wasn't a good one. Carlton in real strife. Spinks couldn't take it. Brown goes over the top. They're going nowhere fast. Pike got one high, and he'll take the free kick.
I wonder if a couple of these Carlton players know what sprinting means, because they've taken possession on a few occasions and just ambled off as if they've got all day.
They need a spark, don't they?
Do they ever? Bradley, terrible. Only 2 kicks.
Pike spearing it into Heady. And it went straight through his arms. Now, what's this for a left foot snap? David Hynes away for one goal. But again, the ominous signs already.
3 goals, 4 now to David Hynes, playing at full forward.
Stephen Silvani, who holds the record for Carlton for goals against the West Coast Eagles, got 8 back in round 9 of 92 at Princes Park. He was the man who kicked it in. Spinks has got it though. Mainwaring, who's been excellent on the wing, pulls it back to McINTOSH, who's been so lively on the forward line. He's right on the 50.
Good play there by Chris Mainwaring. He's had a marked influence on this game. 16 kicks and 2 hand passes.
McINTOSH has booted 2 goals. The breeze almost directly at his back here. This will be interesting. Kicks it right across the face. Goes through for a behind, so he got the distance okay. The Eagles stretch their lead.
24 shots to 8.
Pretty good reflection, really. Silvani goes short. ALVIN. Carlton haven't spent much time attacking. Kick around the outer side. Clears Bradley and McKenna. Behind, Hannah has to battle too. Waterman over the ball. Couldn't control it. Still he goes. Plenty of support alongside. Williams snuck into that pack though and got the ball out to Hannah. Dragged off it. Good pressure, but eventually Lynn's got the ball. Kicks it towards the outer side flank. Knocked away by Hart towards the boundary line. Bond with speed gets there first. It's worked across and the boundary throw in outer side down towards right half forward for the Blues. And they trail now by an extra couple of points to what it was at half time. They've got to make a move very shortly. Mitchell, he's tried valiantly. Jakovic overran the ball. Now a chance for Bond. Close to the boundary line. Pulls it back. Oliver's favoured by the kick. Numbers again around the ball for the Eagles. What can the big man do? Madden. For the ball. Great dexterity initially, but smothered off the boot by Worsfold. How about the evasion, but the finish not the equal of the earlier good work.
He was desperate to get back on that left boot, Justin. I don't think I've ever seen him kick on the right boot.
Here's the throw-in. Carlton have it in their attacking zone. They desperately need a score. Mitchell under pressure and beaten by Djakovic, who kicks it high. Floater. KERNAHAN on the chest. He's down to centre wing. Just chips over the top to accommodate Brown. No one on the mark, so away he goes. 70 metres out, drifting it into the pocket. And the diving mark taken by Oliver. Some 20 metres out, but on a pretty tight angle.
Players affected by the sun at that end of the ground. Oliver just shielding his eyes and then taking the mark, just getting away there from his opposition in Michael Brennan.
Young man from Castlemaine, central Victoria. Prefers the country life to the city life. And would have preferred another 5 points in that total.
Oliver's first score for the afternoon.
4-5. The Blues would be wondering just what they've got to do to score goals. Djakovic, he's a tower of strength, this young man. Had a superb start to the season. Lays it off wide to Dean Kemp, who's on the outer wing. Drifted up towards McIntosh. A little too far for him and taken by Tony Lee. He's on half-back. Back towards centre wing. Kept in play. Jason Ball gets a high kick up towards the half-forward line. Matthew Hogg twisting and turning. Sneaks away from Heady, but then has an airy. Oh, could prove very costly. McIntosh gives it to Heady. He shoots towards goal, and it does prove very, very costly.
That's David Hart. Not looking too well. Coming off through the interchange gates. Play about to restart. Good work by McIntosh getting that last ball across to Heady. He finished very nicely. MAINWARING over the ball. Went to ground eventually. ALVIN tries to clear a passage through there, going nowhere. We've got a whistle and the ball up. Warm applause for David Hart coming around the boundary line. I'm not sure he's aware of too much of it. We can't see what happened to him. He was in back play after Heady had kicked that goal. Here's Worsfold. Mitchell puts his body in. Worsfold hacks it down towards half-forward. Koutoufidis in front, takes the mark for Carlton. He's on the half-back line, told to play on now. Koutoufidis puts it out wide. Madden's the target. Stays in front, controls the ball on the ground pretty well too. Not much could happen there, and the bounce on the outer side. Carlton have a good record when they trail at half-time. They've won 11 of their last 23, but we're talking a massive deficit here. It's increased since the half. It was 44 at half-time. It's out to 51 now. And the free kick is going to Jason Ball on the outer side. And waited a long time for his opportunity. Got it to Worsfold to McKenna. McKenna goes down a half-forward. Banfield meters in the clear. Could have run on. He goes for the short pass to the pocket. Why, I don't know. It wasn't a good kick. Lewis couldn't control it. The ball's out of bounds, but Ronnie Banfield could have run another 15 metres.
Yes, and Greg Williams, his opponent, giving him about 50 metres latitude.
In the Eagles' attacking zone, Spinks doing the ruck work. They should clear it away through HEAVER. Back towards centre wing. It's goals they want so badly. MAINWARING at the bottom of the pack. So the Eagles slowly but surely edging towards the top of the ladder. Should they continue their winning run today? Brown to ALVIN. Tommy ALVIN gets clear on centre wing. Away to Williams. And Diesel pumps a floater towards the half-forward line. Oliver and Brennan. Now Bradley. Can't take a trick today, Craig Bradley. Cannot get into the game, even if he paid his own entrance money. Now Pike has a pack.
Great play, Worsfold.
Down almost to 50. And bang, straight into Tony Ling. Carlton will repel it through Brown. Back towards centre wing. Mitchell could have been held. He may have accentuated the fact just a little, but he's very good at that. An experienced head to the juggling Hannah. just forward of centre.
Milhana, he's trying hard. Chips it across towards ALVIN. ALVIN at half forward. Good kick. Oliver on the lead has this mark about 40 metres from goal.
Great smother back at half back there by Tony Lynn. After it had been set up. And some wonderful play by Worsfold. That spoil over the top of Bradley.
So the margin currently 51 points. Is to pull it back to 45. Good kick too, straight through the middle.
Margin is 45 points. Williams charges out of the middle. Off to Mitchell. He shrugs the tackle once, gives it back to Williams. This is the Carlton we've come to know. Off to Heaver. 40 metres out. Kicks in towards goal. And it's just away to the left.
Disappointing finish there by Heaver.
Yep.
Two behinds to him. And he missed an easy set shot earlier in the afternoon. Same end of the ground in the first quarter.
Chance to maybe get a spark going. Not to be. Worsfold on half-back. Over the top to Lamb. Starting on the bench. They're playing his 148th game, Dwayne Lamb. Kev, who's holding who down here? Well, let's not worry about it. Lynn and Wilson will let play go on and let Heady kick towards half-board. Lewis!
That's better. Good lead by Chris Lewis. Again, Hynes was leading into the pocket. It was ignored by Heady, which was good play, good thinking by Brett Heady. And Lewis was leading straight down the middle of the ground. This should almost be a certain goal to the West Coast Eagles. Well thought out there by Brett Heady, ignoring the first lead.
Lewis kicked one goal in the second quarter. 40 metres out directly in front. Goal umpire hardly moves.
Right for his side this afternoon.
12 possessions for Chris Lewis and the margin 50 points for the West Coast Eagles. Back in the middle. Ball gets it down decisively as it turned out. Taken by Wilson, who boots it down towards half forward. The Eagles lead in all directions to that ball. Spinks has it to Pike. It's getting too easy. Well, Pike does it again. Kicked into Mitchell this time. Mitchell stood his ground well. Got the hand pass away. Williams took his eye off the ball. Pike didn't. Opportunity now for Worsfold. Brilliantly done. Away comes the captain. Worsfold. All the time in the world. Well shepherded by Ball. Centres it right to the middle of the ground. Waterman's got it. A bit happening alongside the man on the mark. Bradley and McKenna. Meantime, Waterman chips it out wide and Worsfold's run on. Carlton in disarray at the moment. Waterman 65 metres from goal. Long kick. It tumbles down towards full forward. Lewis and McKay. Brown with courage. Well picked up. Back towards McKay in the pocket. McKay will send this ball towards the outer side, and the two men who have been struggling. In fact, the pitch just wide of them. So KERNAHAN gives it to Sexton. Sexton kicks it around the outer side where Wilson leads back. He needs to be careful here. Bond's got legitimate speed, but he can't keep it in.
Meanwhile, a change for the West Coast. Dean Kemp coming off. And he's been replaced by number 20 for the West Coast Eagles, Shane Bond.
Boundary throw in outer side. Ball's in front. KERNAHAN reaches over the top, taken again by Mitchell. 17 possessions. Williams back to Mitchell. Mitchell has been terrific. He kicks inside the 50. It runs on down towards the pocket. Bradley will soccer off the ground. Even that wasn't too good. Jakovic has it now. All the time in the world to come away. Took it all to and kicks it high towards the wing. KERNAHAN goes back. Banfield gave a contest. KERNAHAN went in solidly, and so did MAINWARING. We've got a whistle.
He's been good today, Banfield. He's been given a job of tagging. A couple of plays. He started on Bradley. He's had Williams in the second half.
Just on 9 minutes remaining. Carlton making it no headway. Jakovic stealing it. And some heavy work going on behind play. Keep an eye on that, gentleman. Hannah loses it. Good tackle by Sexton. Sees the ball spilled free. Spinks spoons it towards half forward. Sexton slaps it back again. Hannah, desperate for possession, has it stolen by Pike. That's better. Here's a chance now for Heady. 46 metres from goal. Set sail for home. And one behind goes on the ball. Now, who was into who behind play?
Well, in the pack were Worsfold and Williams. We were doing it alphabetically, I think, Sandy, but That would be a main event in some stadiums.
Yes.
Looking forward to that for the rest of the afternoon, because Worsfold is picking him up at the moment.
Yes, that would be a beauty. Mitchell is in the back pocket.
That's the one saving grace as far as Carlton are concerned in a dismal day, isn't it? The performance of Barry Mitchell.
But the trouble is his possessions don't really hurt you on a big ground like this, Dennis.
Or a killjoy, Bernie.
Sorry.
Williams in front of Worsfold takes the mark. Here goes Ball and Madden. Well done by Ball. He's done okay since he came onto the ground. And Banfield's had a pretty good day as well. Most of the Eagles have. Drew Banfield to half forward towards Hynes. Silvani went too early. Thank you, Bernie.
He's filled in very nicely, actually. David Hynes playing at full forward.
Making light of the travel in the state game.
Yeah. Yes, of course, he was over representing South Australia on Tuesday night. From 46 metres, the sigh of the crowd here at Subi tells the story.
He's keeping up the tradition of inaccurate full forwards here for the West Coast Eagles. And there he is, Peter Sumich, the player we're talking about now. 23-17 he's kicked.
Could be on the phone to Mick Malthouse. Who knows? See, he missed again, he'll be saying. You want someone accurate up there. Get me back into that side.
Media commitments everywhere.
Brown wanted Heaver. Won't get him. Banfield tried to get the hand pass away. Brown locks it up with Dwayne Lang. And we'll have a bounce just outside 50. The Eagles well in control. 12-16 at 5-6.
Under 7 minutes till three-quarter time. Bounce just outside the 50 coming up. And the ruck settle. Madden works his way in front and slaps it out wide. Socket off the ground by Brown. Leading the race out there was Heaver. Coming across with great desperation was McKenna. A collision of the two 17s. And McKenna knocks it out of bounds. Madden and Ball. Ball clean possession, has some time, hooks it down inside the 50. Coming up to meet the bouncing ball was Hynes. Silvani comes away though. Gets the hand pass and a long one to Williams. Now Williams with some time measures the hand pass, stretches it, gets it wide to Hogg. Hogg through the middle, has a bounce, running down towards half forward to Kernahan. A little flat-footed, 55 metres from goal. Steve Kernahan twisting and turning, pops it down towards full forward. Wilson misses the mark. Bond's got it. Not for long. Against the behind post, out of bounds. Not much conviction about Carlton today. As we said at the outset, tough draw for them. Certainly a number of their key players have done a lot of travelling and played a lot of footy this week. McKenna to Brennan. Across it comes to Djakovic. Hard against the boundary line. Goes wide, too wide. Out of bounds on the full. Carlton will bring it back. 12-16, 5-6. Approaching three-quarter time at Subi. Williams, who's lifted in this term, as those figures indicate, will kick from right on the 50. Will take a very good kick from here. It's missed to the near side. Behind to Greg Williams. 5-7 plays 12-16. Chris Waterman to bring it in.
Straight down the middle and short to the informed Pike. Now Brennan from half-back goes towards Ashley McIntosh. And they create a path for him. He runs into Hannon. May open the door for Christou. Hand passes a little astray, however. Wanted Brown. Matera intercepts and sees it over the line. A few Carlton players with hands on knees. Feeling the heat, feeling the pressure being applied by the West Coast Eagles. Madden and Ball taken by Koutafidis into the sunny area, but it certainly doesn't affect McKenna, who's given Bradley a caning. Djakovic. Saunders away. Lamb. Swing onto that left foot. And into attack they go again. In towards Heady. Silvani, Hynes, Mainwaring, and over the line.
Again, the lead out to that outer pocket. It's the only thing that's let David Hynes down today. I think his choice of leads has left a little bit to be desired.
Big men will go through the rucking procedure once more as Tony Lynn sees it over the line. A mostly contented but somewhat subdued crowd here at Subiaco. And trying to palm the one hand. Alvin to Brown. They're out of trouble for the moment, Carl. Back towards centre wing with Djakovic in front of Kernahan. Well, if Spinks has had a good start to the year, so too has Djakovic, although that kick has gone straight to Madden. He couldn't hold the mark. Williams cocked one high. The advantage will be paid. Silvani. Tiggy Touchwood. Maybe he didn't think he had a true advantage, so he thought he'd give him one.
At least he did hold up the play there, Bon.
Yep. Sexton, the defensive side of centre. But what's he got up forward? Heads towards the 50-metre line. Oliver comes in from the side. Kernahan look for the free kick. Kudafidi is round his body. Bends it down towards that left forward pocket region. But too far and over the line for another throw. Under 4 minutes remaining. Carlton for the quarter have added just 1 goal 3.
The margin is 51 points. Boundary throw in. Kernahan with the left hand looking for Brown, taken away by Mainwaring. Plays one back towards the wing. Oliver, big lead. Matera cleverly pokes it into the path of this man Ball, who went to ground under a strong tackle there from Oliver. Battling in there is Hogg. Matera backed out of it, didn't have the ball. He'll get the free kick.
Well fought out there by Peter Matera, and the big fella that came on the ground for his first game.
Ball.
Yeah, Ball. Well, his first game this year. He's played 2 games in the past, one in 92 and one in 93, but he's done a pretty good job in the ruck since coming on.
That one in 92, I think, was the first game of the season against the Sydney Swans at the SCG, so he hasn't seen a lot of action. Williams to Madden. Madden hard against the boundary line. Not a particularly good kick, not a particularly good mark as it turned out, and Hogg pushes it across the boundary line, or tried to.
And there was no attempt there by Hogg. He's pretty lucky that he wasn't penalised there for not making an effort to get rid of that ball.
And that sort of day, really. Boundary umpire about 5 metres away, straddling the line, just hoping. Nothing in business, nothing for ball. Should have been. Madden,
He's gone. He's gone.
Justice eventually is done, so we'll do it all over again. Matera gets the free kick on the wing.
He really shouldn't have to do the groundwork, should he, Justin?
Preferably not from Carlton's point of view. This is Lamb. That's not a criticism, Bernie.
No, of course not.
Lamb inside the 50. McIntosh is in front. Christou from behind, up towards the boundary line, out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in. Actually, I was watching an old grand final during the week in black and white. 64 grand final played on this ground. Ashley's dad was playing. I tell you what, the most dangerous position in those days to play or stand was on the mark for the toey.
Oh, yeah. Drop kicks.
Remarkable watching one of those.
Especially with Jerker Jenkins kicking drops.
Lynn's high kick goes out of bounds. Well, Jerker wasn't playing in that game. Bob Johnson was.
I think Chezza had a painful experience standing on the mark with Graham Jenkins. The drop kick,
last
the
week,
on-tailor.
that got a bit of currency. Yeah. That's the throw in. Oh, well, Madden simply pushed ball out of it. It's the kick, gained about 25 metres. Back goes McKenna, lost it. Opportunity for Mainwaring. Great courage there. Dived in after the ball. No concessions coming from a man like Tommy Alvin. They tie it up, and the ball up on the wing. Quiet night at the committee household, actually, Sandy. That look of concern when I started talking about watching the 64 grand final in the WAFL.
I was a little concerned for a moment. Here's the comedian, to Brown. Now Pike. Oh, he spirals one inside 50. McIntosh.
Too good.
Just great use of the body again. He took a sensational mark earlier in the day with use of the body. He's got Heady alone. 50 maybe.
No. Well, that is the advantage of getting back quickly, as McIntosh did on that occasion. He was around 45, 50 metres out. He didn't go back with his back to the players we see so often these days. It cost Footscray a game a few weeks ago at the MCG when a player took a mark, went back with his back to the play, ignored a player on the forward line. And here's McIntosh. Sensational one-hand mark here by McIntosh against Christou. Strength and use of the body.
And now Heady, hoping to finish off the good work. He does.
So we're back in the middle. The West Coast Eagles just going on with the job at the present time. Madden bounced directly above ball. He had to wait. He played it pretty well. Throw is called. It's going to be a Carlton free kick, and Madden will get it. Tough situation, that one for ball.
Has to go back to Madden.
Yeah, Madden's got it now. 13-16, 5-7.
Madden yet to take a mark this afternoon.
Kicks down towards half-forward. He's done a lot of crumbing. Off hands in front. Powell an opportunity. Picked up by Williams. Well done. Bradley has it. One of his few possessions. Down towards full forward. Kernahan could have been held. Nothing doing. All Eagles at the fall of the ball. Away comes Waterman. Crowd love it. He kicks towards the wing. Hogg has to wait. In from the side. Ball gave a contest, and that was good enough. Powell's over the ball now. Gets it across to Hogg. Hogg's hand pass, I think intended for Madden. It came eventually to Hogg himself as he made up some ground there. He gets it this time from Mitchell. Well done by Matt Hogg. Still he goes. This deserves a goal. 35 metres out. Gets it straight through the behinds. Well, he did the hard work. He actually redeemed the situation there. He hand passed to Madden. Realised, I think, who was going to be on the end of it. Darted around and got his own hand pass, but missed at the end. Three-quarter time, and the Eagles in a canter. They lead 13-16-94 to 5-8-38.
So here we go. It has been a long period for them in the past week or so, but that's been well documented. Williams' first kick for the quarter goes straight up in the air and lands with Fraser Brown. Tried to get it off to Mitchell and even further to Bradley. He's been well held by McKenna. Just the way McKenna hustled him then shows the pressure that these Eagles players are able to put on their opponents. Brown has it. Wants to get round Matera. Does, but again, under pressure. Over the back, it falls towards Wilson. He's got to beat a couple here. Bond and Oliver, but the boundary line will beat them both.
Great defences, West Coast Eagles. Johnny Worsfold, McKenna, Waterman's played well. Brennan's done well at full-back. David Hart until he was injured, and Ben Jakovic, of course, at centre-half back.
Boundary throw in. Kernahan and Jakovic. Body to body they go. It falls behind. Scramble forward by ALVIN. Picked up by Oliver. Knocked off the ball. Jakovic determined to barge his way up and decided to retreat. And conceded to behind. A change in nature there. One moment he was going to come out all guns blazing and then just stopped and hand passed it back for a behind. 5-9, 13-16. Here's McKenna. The breeze has fallen away to almost nothing as McKenna drives it very close to the boundary line. And about 60 metres out, Jakovic takes a good, strong mark. Just marvellous overhead.
6 marks to Jakovic. He's been averaging 7 a match.
Waterman has been steadfast today. To Wilson. Runs up through centre-half back, kicks high towards the wing. Bond goes up, got a hand to it. Mitchell was pushed in the back, and he'll get the free kick. Barry Mitchell, that's soft. Plays on, kicks it down towards centre-half forward. Jakovic again in best position, and he came from the side. Opportunity here for Koutafidis, couldn't control it. Wilson picks it up, clears the zone. Leading in the race is Turnbull, chasing him is Madden. As you'd expect, Turnbull decides to have a bounce, kicks it down towards full forward. Lewis is in front. McKay over the top. Could be holding Lewis. Lewis flicks it on and is penalised. Oh, what tough call.
Dennis, please.
Hey, that's umpire Rich, not myself, in both cases. Close to the boundary line, taken by Spinks. It's going to be a free kick, and it's going Carlton's way once more. So they're getting a pretty good run here. ALVIN's got the ball at right half back.
11 possessions for Tommy ALVIN. Dennis Rich just pushing him into the shadow of the stands as he kicks towards Madden. Turnbull came over the top to affect the spoil. Danfield is there, so too Mitchell and Brown close to the boundary line and over.
Good strong play there by Worsfold, making sure it went over the boundary line.
Madden and Turnbull again. The back, Koutafidis intercepting Jakovic for mark number 7. So he's on his average, Bern.
Yeah, top player Jakovic, and down by Oliver. He hasn't moved. He has not moved.
Well, now he has. Yes, but he's keep an eye on him. He's not 100%. Matera in the meantime, inside 50. Silvani and
the incident again. He gets a hand pass away. Pretty hard to see what happened from that angle, but maybe a little bit of arm contact to Djakovic's head.
In the meantime, Lewis will have a shot.
Well, he's played a pretty good game too this afternoon, Chris Lewis.
Going for his third goal, one in the second and one in the third quarter. And kicking from 30 metres.
Just under 16 minutes to full time. The ball was Hogg, picked up by Mitchell. I think the ball will come back and Hogg will get a free kick. Now the problem the goal umpire had getting the all clear from the umpire when he kicked that last goal was that we had the situation. There were 8 trainers on the grandstand. There was white everywhere. Plus, of course, we've got the umpires in triplicate.
So, what, was he looking for the trainer for this?
Well, no, he looked up and he saw a white blur. It was like white out in Antarctica. The ball comes down towards half forward. Up was Oliver. Behind is Banfield. He boots it out wide. Opportunity for Heady in front. He's over the ball. Hannah's over him. ALVIN dives in front. Mainwaring, who played so well early, tried to get it out to support. Hannah did nicely. Picked up by Mitchell. Throws it on the boot. Gained about 15 metres. Oh, terrific mark. Worsfold, body to body there. And beat Powell pointless.
I tell you, his stats haven't been great, Johnny Worsfold, but he's been magnificent in defence all afternoon.
Matera down towards half forward. Off hands it comes to Lynn. Hogg to Sexton. Carlton still trying hard, perhaps as hard as they've tried all day, it seems, although the sting has gone out of the game, but they're getting more of the ball. Here's Williams. Williams 40 metres from goal, pulls it back. Didn't miss by much. Behind to Greg Williams.
2 goals, 3 to Greg Williams. His second half has been much better. 11 kicks and 15 hand passes now for Greg Williams.
McKenna brings it back into play to Matera. Half back. He's got Pike wide. Kernahan may just about get him. It's a strong, courageous mark by Donald Pike, who's enjoying a very good season. Worsfold to Wilson. Goes for distance. It slews off the side of the boot. Mainwaring can't quite hold it. Mitchell gets the hand pass away to the pacing Matt. Kicks towards the half forward. But again, playing in front.
That should be 50 metres almost there against Oliver, swinging him around.
He seems to be a little frustrated, Oliver. Worsfold again. Oh, diving. Mark by Wilson. He's had a pretty good day, Peter Wilson.
Kick number 14 coming up.
His kick to centre wing. No mark taken. Sexton got a hand to it. McIntosh kicks it high. In towards the middle. Passes Madden. Oh, Matera read it beautifully. Could be a run here. No. It licks the pass to Lewis.
That's magic.
Fantastic football by the West Coast. They're hot now and they're still going.
It was either Pike or Turnbull. It didn't matter there. Maybe it would have been better if he had to let it go for Don Pike, who had the run into the open goal. Wonderful play there by Peter Matera in the middle of the ground. Turn on a threepenny bit. Magnificent pass to Lewis on the lead. Remember those handy threepenny bits?
Turnbull. This is to make the margin 66. Not to be. Hynes coming in over the top. One behind. Spinks. ALVIN. Short.
Kudafidis around the outer side. Back goes McKenna. Coming up to mid at Kernahan. Djakovic has it. Across his own half-back line, Djakovic. Now something's happened behind play, and it's going to be a free kick. Well, I don't know why he stopped play there. Djakovic was 20 metres in the clear, so it came back to McKenna, who short passes to Matera. The West Coast Eagles are worse off. Anyway, it matters not in the scheme of things. 61 points the margin. Matera decides to take a run. Away he comes, kicks towards the grandstand wing. His co-conspirator on the opposite wing. MAINWARING played it very well. It was rather unique the way he played it, but effective. MCINTOSH in front, and Christo belatedly works him over a little on the ground. MCINTOSH has the ball on the wing. MCINTOSH down towards the 50. Up in front was Ball, fisted away by Sexton. Mitchell roving the pack, tried to get it across to support. Not much happening. Lynn was the meat and the sandwich. It comes back towards Heady. Oh, great defence by Hannah. Hannah will clear it, deservedly so. A high kick back towards half-back. In from the side, Turnbull. Koutafidis, the leaper, it comes back to him. Well played, Koutafidis. Gets it across to Brown. Brown to Hogg. Christo now. Sweeping hand pass out wide to accommodate Bond. Hurt himself there. That seems to be okay. Back to Christo. Christo runs down towards the 50. From 55 metres out, goes long towards full forward. Oliver got a hand to it. Wasn't good enough for behind. Good ball movement by the Blues. Some of their best of the day, albeit very late. Brennan to Lamb. McKenna runs on. And really, the Blues are struggling, or rather Waterman's got the ball now. Choice of about 3 going down the ground. Waterman towards half forward. Coming away, Silvani boots it back towards the wing. Kernahan waits, marks, Mitchell. Mitchell towards half forward, too much carry on the kick. McKenna got his fingertips to it. Koutafidis to Bradley. Hasn't seen much of the ball to ALVIN inside the 50. He goes down towards full forward. It's bending back. Back goes Brennan. Plays it against the post of behind.
59 points the margin, and under 11 minutes remaining.
Nothing from Craig Bradley this afternoon. 3 kicks and 1 hand pass.
Brennan to the outer side. Lines Don Pike. Tucked on the back flank. Can drift it into Lamb. Found plenty of space. Gives it away to Wilson. Fizz out of this game. His kick is wide towards centre wing. ALVIN and Turnbull. ALVIN too much pace for the big man. Flicks it back with a short kick towards Brown. Under great pressure from both MAINWARING and McKenna. Turnbull will get a chance now. Away he zips up towards the 50-metre line. The sun getting in the players' eyes, and it just cut apart between 3 players. The high ball back towards Turnbull. Knocked down the front. A chance now for Ball. Kicks in towards Lewis at half forward. Away from McKay he goes. Short to Heady.
Brilliant play. Chris Lewis has been very good. Been used mainly as a set forward this afternoon. But doesn't he use the ball well once he takes possession of it? Picks it up beautifully. Doesn't panic. Magnificent kicker of the ball, Chris Lewis.
Brett Heady for number 4. 1 in the first turn, 2 in the third. Kicking from just inside 40 metres and drifting it across the face for 1 behind. 9.5 minutes remaining. Eagles fans are looking pretty contented, as well they may. The margin is again out to 60 points. Christo marks in the back pocket. It's brought back into play. Kicks towards the half-back line. Koutafidis in front. It's going to be paid the football. He looks down towards the middle. Towards Powell. Worsfold just tidies up from behind. He's like the general. MAINWARING has controlled the wing today. Disappointing floating kick. Is well controlled by Bill Hannah. Hannah's kick back towards centre wing. Banfield chanced his arm on the half volley. It paid dividends, but he's kicked it straight back down the throat of Bill Hannah. He gives it away to Mitchell. Back he goes to Sexton. Intercepted, however, could be costly. Lamb from 50, Matera from 45. It is very costly.
108 to 42. 8.5 minutes remain. Up goes Madden, opposed to Turnbull. The middle by Williams. Floats it down towards half forward. McKenna got rid of Bradley far too easily. Back it comes to Bradley from Koutafidis. He doesn't look right, Bradley. Held a long time in the tackle. He's going to get a free kick, but no sharpness about him at all today. in the centre square. One of the league's premier players. Long kick down towards KERNAHAN. Outnumbered in from the side. Brennan runs it across the goal face. Goes in short to MAINWARING. Up from the back pocket. He's been superb, Chris MAINWARING.
You can see how badly Bradley has performed this afternoon. He's been averaging about 27, almost 28 disposals per game to be fourth in the competition. And today he's only had the 4 kicks and 1 hand pass.
Banfield a turn ball. Look at that. Lamb alongside the centre circle, kicks inside the 50. McINTOSH in front, Silvani over the top, both bothered by the sun. McINTOSH leaps on top of it. And the ball up. Both acquired under the father and son rule. Over the top, Madden thumps it wide, taken by Fraser Brown, gets it to Silvani. Silvani, back he comes to Mitchell. Mitchell from half back goes towards the wing. Bounces high out there. Well played by Wilson, then lost it. KERNAHAN put his body in, and a free kick to KERNAHAN. KERNAHAN, other side of the ground. Sending his side forward. 8th season as skipper. KERNAHAN, not a good kick. McKenna, now Djakovic. Brennan, MAINWARING.
Almost down the centre wing. Around ALVIN he goes. Drifting it short, finding Jason Ball. Ball from centre wing. Long penetrating kick up towards Heady, the flyer. Couldn't take it cleanly. Brown waits down. Gives the hand pass away to Mitchell. Another one, and the Blues out of trouble towards Madden. This time he takes the mark. I think that's his first mark for the day. In fact, kicking down towards full forward, down towards Oliver, but it's Brennan who thumps it away from him and over the line.
Good defence here by Brennan. And full back on Oliver. And Djakovic still not happy with Oliver. A little bit of chesting going on.
Interesting, Bernie, to look at the free kicks. 26 to Carlton and 11 to the West Coast Eagles. Worsfold gets the hand pass away to Djakovic. He does 360. No, he does 2 360s. Then he eventually gets it away.
Beautiful pirouetting there by Djakovic.
Marvellous. Brennan short. Oh, look at the mark from Matera. It's on half-back. Drifts it into the defensive zone where Don Pike marks. He wants ball. The Sexton affects the spoil. Sees the ball over the line. Well, the last time they met was here, July the 4th, and the Carlton got up to win a thriller by a point. And, they say a week's a long time in football, so imagine what almost a year is. Ball to Wilson. High kick up towards the half-forward line once again. Trying to control it. Heady. Mitchell coming in over the top of him. Socket off the ground. Lynn gives chase. Heady again couldn't take it from Hannah. They take the hand pass instead. Inside 50. Away he goes. Brent Heady. 25 metres out from goal. Bang! Straight into the woodwork.
The West Coast Eagles' greatest winning margin, 76 points. At Subiaco, this ground in round 21, 1989. The margin now is 67 points.
Against Carlton.
Against Carlton, yes.
Thank you, Roger. Well, there's still plenty of time left. Just over 5 minutes. No mark taken. Wilson tries to storm through. In fact, he does. He does it beautifully. Lewis holds it just long enough, then gives it to McKenna. He should go. The Eagles are hot here at Subi.
73 points the margin now, less than 5 minutes remaining. 16-19 to 5-12. Rights go at it again. Madden hooks it behind. Quick release there by Lamb. Got it to his, I suppose, the man earmarked for his position, Banfield. Eventually at Sexton. The mark is held by Madden.
He's off. He's off.
Playing off indeed.
Oh, he's off 3 times and the umpire let him go.
Shoots it down inside the 50. KERNAHAN and Djakovic. Well done by Oliver. Back to KERNAHAN. It bounces goalward across the face and through for a behind. Just going to make the point. Big margins weren't a characteristic of the West Coast Eagles last season, but this season so far, they really have been punishing sides. 96 points against the Tigers in round 3, 76 points against Fitzroy in round 4, and here.
And that, incidentally, was Kernahan's first score for the afternoon.
Pike has it at half back. Here's Waterman. Takes his time, pushed as he kicked. It altered the kick. In front was Ball. It's in the workout today, done pretty well. Dives on top of it, ball up. Now,
4 minutes remaining. Madden. Turnbull. Koutafidis. Pike. Another ball. Still on centre wing. Been a most satisfactory day for the West Coast Eagles. Turnbull, McIntosh. And when we look at McIntosh, who can play at either end of the ground. Ball, an effective big man. Hynes back in form. A bit of depth. Michael Malthouse to work with. Pike takes it on centre wing. He's had a pretty good day, Don Pike. He's enjoying an excellent season. This time Hannah in front of Heady. Gives it away to Silvani. Went down after taking the kick from Hynes, but nothing in that. Now watch out here, because if Matera gets free, anything could happen. Bond works hard. He's still working. Well done by the youngster to get his kick into the middle, where he finds Mitchell quickly off to Brown. Still in the centre. Now up over 50 towards Oliver. Over the back. Kernahan should get a goal, Bertie. His first for the day, and he does.
It has taken a while to get back into it.
MAINWARING taken high, plays on, kicks down towards half forward. Christou keeps it in front, well played, headed towards the boundary line. McIntosh in pursuit. Both of them speedsters. Christou played it pretty well, shepherded by Brown. That's ambitious. Sexton could run onto it. He does. He's forward of the wing. Goes in very short. Well, Madden was the target. Terrible effort to find him. And once it was on the ground, the Eagles a chance. Worsfold down towards half forward. Lynn gets back, pursued by Pike. Lynn inside his defensive 50, chips out wide. Heaver drops the mark. He hasn't had a good day. Heaver pursued by Worsfold. Worsfold has been near him most of the afternoon as well. Brilliant pick-up, Matera. Dash around the outer side. Probing kick inside the 50. Silvani did well. Heady the drums. Snaps right across the face of goal. So it's a foot race in the opposite pocket. McKay holds it up pretty well for Carlton. Now will be penalised, however, for sending it out of bounds on the foot. He lacks support. As a result, Hynes has got the ball. Short passes to Lewis. Lewis has booted 2 goals. Miscues completely. Hannah had his back to the play. Heady got it. Hand passed it to Bond. Close to the boundary line. Lynn runs it across. It's out of bounds. And I don't think you would put that passage of play in a time capsule. Hannah was not looking when Heady gave a lead.
Totally disinterested, didn't he, Mill Hannah, at that stage?
Just over 1 minute remaining, so they're really just going through the motions now. In fact, Carlton are finding goals very hard to come by. That last one was their first since the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. Madden working hard again in the patch, in the thick of things, trying to get it out. Lewis wanting a chance for another goal. Hynes, a left foot snapping towards full forward. But again, Madden holds it up. Second mark for the day. Always a great try. He's got 268 games under his belt, Justin Madden. Hogg to Christou. Carlton out of trouble. Matera continues to chase. But Ange gets his kick up over the centre. Bounces a couple of times. Bond round his body. Hooks it high and long. No one at home for Carlton. Brennan is there. And the vice captain will go straight down the throat of MAINWARING. From half back, he'll just drop it over the top to Wilson. The Eagles going through the motions. He in turn goes short towards Banfield. Can't take it on the half volley. Brown meets him solidly. Williams gives it back to Brown. Fraser Brown off the Tommy ALVIN. Back to Brown again. He kicks to half forward, but it's all over. Brennan takes the mark. The West Coast Eagles have the 4 points and are big winners here at Subiaco today. The final scoreline here at Subi, West Coast 16 goals, 19, 115. Carlton, 6-13, 49. A winning margin of 66 points. But from a Carlton point of view, most disappointing in that they could kick only 2 goals in the second half. Let's go down to the boundary now, and here's Johnny Rogers with Glenn Jakovich.
Yeah, Glenn Jakovich, what a game. I know we've spoken about this before. They're never easy, but this would be one of the less difficult ones.
It's one of the hardest, mate. Funny, it's one of the best centre forwards in Australia. I mean, for the last 10 years in the competition, and it's just great to be able to do the job, but not only do the job, the support from the teammates around me, the talk, the voice, the communication. For every contest they're up there, and if I can't get it, someone else will. And it does make my job much easier and more pleasant to get a couple of kicks afterwards.
Geez, I tell you what, you went down like a sack of spuds. How bad was that one?
Oh, nothing. I just couldn't see it. I tried to draw the man to create the play on the other side of the wing, and I don't think there was much in it. I think I actually ducked my head into it. So
you didn't look too well for a while.
No, I didn't. So
no, great effort, son. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck. Great game.
yeah, thanks.
Yes, Glenn Jakovich there talking with Johnny Rogers as Carlton lead, and the Eagles now waiting for Glenn Jakovich because they want to leave this ground as a unit. They get a standing ovation as they leave now. Brent Heady, Ashley McIntosh, Michael Brennan. Great team effort this afternoon, Bernie.
Yes, led off there by Chris Mainwaring. None better than him, especially in that first half. He was a little bit quieter in the second half, but ended up with 23 kicks and 4 hand passes. And he had about 3 or 4 opponents all in that first half when the game was really won. At halftime it was over when the Eagles were leading by 44 points. They led at every change and really in the end just went through the motions, did what they have to do. They've probably got the best backline, I would say, in the competition with Worsfold, McKenna, Jakovich, Brennan, or McIntosh.
They combine well, don't they?
They do combine very well
for them.
And not a lot wrong with their forward line either.
No, and
Not
it's
today.
great for a coach such as Michael Malthouse to have a player like McIntosh where you can use forward or back.
In fact, 9 players booted goals for the Eagles today as we check the final score once again for you. West Coast 16-19, 115. Carlton disappointing, 6-13, 49.